Welcome back, our dear viewers. Today we are going to talk about the model European Union in the university, and to shed light on that topic we are delighted to have our dear guests in the studio, Nurhan Sarwat, Head of the Public Relations Committee, and Ahmed Hammam, representative from Academic Committee. Hello.
Hello.
Hello and good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And I would like to know, how did the idea of creating a model for the European Union come to you, and how did you start the model?
The idea of creating a new model in Ancient University. Actually, there was two models, so they like to made a third one. So when they thought about what are the effective organizations in the whole world, they thought about the European Union. Okay. So they decided to make such a model simulating the European Union.
Ahmed, how did you join the model of the European Union?
Well, actually, since I was a kid, one of my dreams was to become a politician.
Okay.
So I joined law school. I'm a fourth-year student at Faculty of Law English section.
Okay.
So I found out that there is a model simulating the European Union. So I thought that this might be a chance for me to maybe be a politician in the future.
To start to gain experience,
yes,
maybe in that field. Do you believe that after that you are interested to join the foreign ministry, for example?
Well,
or?
actually, that's one of my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a diplomat.
Yes.
Yeah, that would help a lot. I would like to know, what are the main aims or goals of this project?
Okay, our aims is to create young cadres who are able to survive the surrounding world by learning skills like presentation, communication, and negotiation. We're also having so many topics to discuss, which are already discussed in the European Union. Right. By a small simulation we do in our sessions, so they will be able to learn new things about politics or about a whole knowledge.
Ahmed, what are the major activities of the Model EU up till today?
Well, we have two parts in the Model of European Union. We have the organization part and the academic part. The organization part includes multimedia committee, public relations committee, coordination committee. So they are, well, people who help the academic committee in continuing its activities. We have the academic part where we discuss politics, we discuss the major events that are taking part right now in the European Union by raising awareness of such political events to the youth.
Right. What about the participants? Would you give us an idea about the participants and how you choose the participants? Do you have a certain criteria for this?
Yeah, it's already happening by a harsh process by making an academic committee recruitment and an organizing committee recruitment at the university. We're making interviews for the students of the university, and we chose them by how much is their knowledge, how much is their ability.
I mean, you have a certain criteria that you follow.
Yeah, we're
for
always
choosing or selecting
following a criteria to choose our members or our delegates.
What's the criteria?
As I told you, to be more, to be able to
communicate,
to learn, and to communicate, to be smart, all this.
Nurhan, can you tell us about your experience there? What country are you presenting? What case are you adopting in your work as head of the Public Relations Committee in the EU model?
I started last year. I was at first year of university. When I first entered the university, I was really hating it. So I decided...
you did join the EU model while you were in your freshman year?
Yeah,
okay.
While in my freshman year. Then I started seeing so many models. I participated in two models, actually, the EU and another model. Then I chose to continue in the European Union without no reason, actually. When I joined it, I found that I'm really learning and gaining so many experiences, knowing so much things I didn't know before. So I decided to continue in my career, in this career, by by participating
Yes.
again as a head of public relations committee, and I was accepted in the interview.
Great.
Right. Ahmed, would you tell me about the activities? What are the main activities of the Model European Union?
Well, our main activity, we have the academic activities. We have 4 councils simulating 4 big institutions of the European Union. We have the European Parliament, the European Investment Bank, the European Court of Human Rights, and the Euromed Council. These simulate these 4 big institutions. So we hold sessions in order to teach the participants what they need to know about the European Union or the major events that happen in take part in the European Union. We hold also activities on the organizing committee part. They go to embassies to maybe convince ambassadors or representatives of the embassies to maybe be present in our maybe at the opening, the closing ceremony. So it's actually very useful for each participant that joins the MEU.
Ahmed, again, you have been saying that you like politics, you want to be a politician, and you have joined the Model EU in order to be some startup for you in that field or career. What did you have learned from being a member of the Model European Union? You are a representative from the academic committee. What were the major things that you have been learning through your participation in that model that could help you in your career as a politician if you did continue in that domain?
Well, of course, one of the main things that I've learned from the Model of European Union is time management, presentation skills. I was very afraid to talk in front of crowds or in front of anybody. So that actually taught me how to speak in front of crowds. Also, to speak about politics, I learned a lot of.
Yes. Do you adopt a certain issue, a certain agenda or profile for a certain country?
Yes, of course.
In your participation, what file are you adopting?
Well, actually, I am a director at the European Parliament. This year we discussed Brexit or Britain exiting.
Which is a very
yes,
sensitive and critical issue to discuss.
Yes, it's the most important event that's taking part now in Europe.
Indeed.
We're also discussing the problem of terrorism and refugees.
So these are very critical and sensitive issues to be discussed.
Yes, of course. And we are raising awareness to the youth that need to know more about these events that are taking place in our modern world.
Okay.
Right. Nurhan, I understand you have several committees in this model. You have an organizing committee and you have an academic committee. Would you tell me about the role of each committee?
Okay, I'll tell you the role of the organizing committee. They have 5 committees actually. First one, the Multimedia and IT Committee. It's responsible for the social media, the designs of the model, and the coordination. They're responsible for the materials and the logistics things in the model. We have the External Affairs Committee, and it's responsible for our relation with the EU office or with the Foreign Affairs Ministry. We have also the Public Relations Committee. It's responsible for the public figures and the media coverage, keynote speakers, and the opening. And our opening is actually today. So it's responsible for preparing for the event.
And what do you do on the opening, which is supposed to be taking place today, as you said?
Our opening ceremony is today, and it's about the launch of our 3rd year.
Right.
The EU, a delegation from the EU is going to launch, and is going to launch our 3rd year. Also, we have a charity campaign about Magdi Yaoub Foundation, and there will be Mrs. Rihama Baghdadi, the executive director. She will attend and have a speech in the opening. We will also have motivational speakers, and we're also welcoming the delegates in this day.
Yes.
Right.
Ahmed, you are in which year in your university studies?
4th year.
4th. So you are going to graduate in a few months, hopefully. And to what extent you will take with you your experience. You will carry your experience that you have gained. You have been a member of the EU model for how long?
3 years. This is my third year.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I believe that model of European Union does not only teach me things about politics or how to be a politician, but it takes me
It
to
did develop your personality, of course.
Yes. 3 years ago, I couldn't even speak in front of you or.
So it's a good exposure.
Yes, indeed. Actually, it taught me how, well, as I said, manage my time, how to speak with people, how to negotiate, how to debate. These are actually skills that anyone needs in the practical life.
Right, Nurhan, I understand you have a charity campaign for each year.
Yeah.
What's your charity campaign for this year?
My charity campaign for this year is about Dr. Magvia Foundation. We found that there are many children who have heart aching. So last year also was our charity campaign about Magvia Foundation, and I found that it's really important to complete it for the second year.
Right.
So I decided to complete this for the second year.
Nurhan, can you tell us the role of the Public Relations Committee? What are the major activities adopted by the committee in the model EU?
Okay, as I told you, it's responsible for the media coverage of articles through all the year and through all the phases, the image of the model through all the phases, and how to be...
You do your work mainly inside the university or with outside organizations, maybe governmental institutions? Your work is directed towards which
Okay, mainly it's in the university. So because we're giving the sessions in the university,
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
and the AC recruitment and the OC recruitment are in the university. But outside the university, we're doing our events like the opening ceremony or the closing ceremony, the conference. All this is outside the university.
Yeah.
Right, Ahmed, tell me, how do you plan each year for preparing, the preparing part of the Model United Nations? How do you do the planning part?
Well, before the academic year starts, the secretariats or the participants who teach the delegates in the future, we hold meetings and take a lot of trainings. We make a lot of researches about the European Union in order to discuss which topics are we going to be giving to the participant this year.
Right.
So after deciding which topics, we announce them on our Facebook page, and then we begin our recruitment.
Okay.
Nurhan, Ahmed said that he wants to be a politician. He did gain a good experience by being a member of the EU in applying for such a career. So what ideas do you have? You are still in your second year, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, I believe that you do have ideas about your plan for the future, and to what extent your plans are depending, or you did gain experience from being a member of the European Union.
Yeah, well, actually, as I told you, I was hating university and my faculty. I'm already in Faculty of Law, English section. Then I started loving it from last year because I began learning new things, gaining new knowledge and studying about politics. This all made me really feel like I love it. But one of my main dreams was to be a presenter or a host. So I
could
enjoyed...
help you as well in that field if you want to be presented, because I do believe that it gives you a good exposure to be a speaker, to talk in front of people. So it could be
helps
a good
to be more outspoken.
Yeah, and this is what I really thought about when I first joined the Public Relations Committee.
Good.
Right, Ahmed, what are the main topics that you're discussing this year?
Well, actually, as I told you, I will be discussing, me and my team are going to be discussing Brexit, Britain exiting the EU, the ISIS fighters that want to come back to Europe.
Right.
The ISIS fighters, the citizens of the European Union that joined ISIS and want to go back to the European Union once again. Also, we are going to be discussing in another councils equality between men and women.
Right.
And
Maybe
also,
women empowerment also is women empowerment. You mean?
yes, indeed. We're going to also to discuss the social media impact on directing the public opinion nowadays, especially in Europe. Well, this briefly what we are going to discuss.
Nurhan, I do believe that you do have at the university other models, the Model Arab League, maybe other models. Why did you choose the EU model in particular to join?
Well, when I first joined the model of the European Union, I didn't know why I joined it and why I left.
So it was just a coincidence?
Yeah, it was just a coincidence. But when I joined it and I found that it's really effective and I really gained new experience, we became model number 1 for 3 years in the university by our activities and our job in the university. So I really started loving it and loving the European Union.
Right. Of course, a very important conference was held last October for the youth in Sharm el-Sheikh. How did you follow the conference? And there was, of course, another follow-up meeting with the president. How did you follow this meeting and the youth conference, the first youth conference?
Well, that actually enlightened me that I want to make something to the youth. Well, I participated in my second year in the Model of European Union, and I learned something. So this actually enlightened me that I want to teach other youth in my age something as well that from what I learned. So that actually gave me hope that we may do something in the future, and that the youth now are being heard, not as before. This actually was a very good step.
And how do you see the significance of such gatherings and such conferences in the life of the Egyptian youth? It's a change, it's a shift.
Yes, of course. I am very happy to see youth now speaking in conferences. Yes, participating in the political life,
right.
and speaking with the president and being heard. That's actually a very big change in the ideologies that we now hold. So I hope in Model of European Union that we can qualify our participants to join conferences like
similar conferences.
Yes, similar conferences, of course, like these.
Do you plan to join any other models, Nurhan, other than the EU, while you are still in the university?
From last year, I was thinking about making a new model in the university.
Yeah.
But then I thought that maybe I could make a change in the model of the European Union, and I can develop myself in it. I can achieve more and get more bigger in the university.
Indeed.
So I don't think that I would join any other model.
Okay, I wish you all the luck. Nurhan Sarwat, Head of the Public Relations Committee, and Ahmed Hammam, representative from the Academic Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us here today. And dear viewers, now we go for this short break, and we'll be right back.